Good afternoon, everybody. This is a recap of the Tuesday, March 9th, Itasca County Board of Commissioners regular board session. Called the meeting to order at 2:30. We recited the pledge, moved on to minutes approval, and then accepted and discussed our consent agenda. There were 18 items on the consent agenda, ranging from conflict of interest resolution between the board and the city of Cohasset relative to a Cohasset manufacturing facility that is being proposed. We entered into lease agreements for School District 318 and Itasca at the IRC building on the south side of Grand Rapids. And both of those leases were for 6 months, and that will again depend on where 318 ends up after all their facilities are occupied. We approved leases for the Northeast Minnesota Office of Jobs Training, lease agreement between Itasca County Health and Human Services and for 3-year contracts that end March 31st, 2024 for the same building, our IRC building. We scheduled our Board of Equalization and Appeal meeting for June 14th, 3 p.m. in the county boardroom, and allowed 15 minutes for each person to present their case in front of the county board. And in the event that there is follow-up that needs to be done, we also agreed on June 21st, Monday, which is for that date as well. We authorized our IT and HR to post for a help desk position in our MIS department. That would be our computer department. We adopted a resolution allowing the County Veteran Service Office to accept a grant for $12,500. We approved the purchase and installation of a dry chemical fire retardant at the landfill north of Cohasset for $19,249, and that fee will be paid out of a non-levy account that the Environmental Services has. Entered into a relocation agreement with North Itasca Electric. We entered into agreement with MnDOT, a construction agreement for intersection lighting projects, and there's 3 or 4 that will be constructed across the county in some of the busier intersections, county intersections with state highway intersections, and we would take over maintenance once those are constructed. We authorized our county engineer to enter into agreement with WSN and Erickson Engineering and LHB Engineering to provide design and engineering for bridges across the county for our construction projects this summer. And we'll be spanning on CSAH 70 over the Trout Creek and Swan River. We'll be replacing the bridge on CSAH 68 and County Road 439 over Split Hand Creek. And lastly, we are replacing the bridge on County 336 over the Prairie River. Awarded contract 65204 on CSAH 52, County State Aid Highway 52 for grading an aggregate base to the lowest responsible bidder, and that is Kern and Tabry, for the amount of $2,586,916.40. And that work will begin as soon as restrictions are done this spring. Adopted a resolution for a citizen to repurchase property in the city of Nashwauk. And we adopted a resolution that kind of supersedes a previous resolution that we had made back in November that would sell the vacated county garage in Warba to Feely Township, Sago Township in the city of Warba. And it will be repurposed at their expense for the new fire hall for those 2 townships and the city of Warba. We then went on to recognition of our county employees. We accepted commissioner warrants and then had a legislative call by Representative Igo, and he gave us the updates on county bills and issues that he was working on for us from St. Paul. It was always nice to hear from those folks. And then we received a back to school update, and we had representatives from Ross Resources, ISD 317 and ISD 318 that gave a very comprehensive report on their back to school movement and total in-person learning. Very informative. Received a COVID update from Eric Villeneuve, our Director of Health and Human Services. Went on to agreement of acquisition of business for Vanity Cleaners, which is a business that resides to the west of the courthouse where the new jail will be built. And what that did was allow for payment for relocation of that business. The last thing on our agenda was we had originally had a resolution before the board to allow demolition of the caretaker home at the county fairgrounds. And we'd accepted the bids for demolition of $17,000. Prior to the acceptance by the county board, we had a person come forward that was interested in purchasing and moving the home from the fairgrounds site. And that was the original intent of the board, was that, and the task force, County Fairground Task Force, to try to get it sold because it is a cute house, and our intent was to try to get it repurposed in some fashion. It didn't look like that was going to happen, so we went out to bids for demolition, and now we have a serious person that would like to purchase it. So the board postponed the acceptance of the demolition and will move forward with a resolution that will allow the land commissioner and county attorney to move ahead with a contract for the purchase and removal of that home. We entertained commissioner comments, and we adjourned our meeting at 3:55 p.m. Thank you and have a great night.